Hi, boys and girls. Today for social studies, we are going to be learning about the Midwest region of the United States. You should have your social studies book, pencil, and starting on page 26. Let's get started. The Midwest. A third region in the United States is the Midwest. 4 of the Great Lakes are found in the Midwest. These freshwater lakes are important natural landmarks in this region. They also affect the region's climate. In the winter, winds pick up moisture from the lakes. The moisture mixes with the cold air to create snow. Many cities near the Great Lakes get a lot of snow in the winter. Like the Northeast, summers can be hot or mild depending on the year. So let's go ahead and pause and make sure that we underline some of the important parts that we learned about. The first one we want to underline is these freshwater lakes are important natural landmarks in this region. We know there's 4 of them. We also want to underline that in the winter, winds pick up moisture from the lakes, which creates cold air and snow. We also want to mention that in the summer, it can be hot or mild depending on the year. Now let's learn about the landmarks. The Midwest has many interesting man-made landmarks. One of the most famous is Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. It took workers almost 15 years to carve the faces of 4 presidents of the United States into the mountainside. The Gateway Arch is another well-known Midwest landmark. It is a giant metal arch located in St. Louis, Missouri. This landmark is known as the Gateway to the West. It's one of the tallest national monuments in the United States. Let's go back in with our pen or pencil and underline the landmarks we just learned about. Mount Rushmore. We know it's man-made. And I want you to notice, though, this sentence right here. It took workers almost 15 years to carve the faces. So we know it was man-made, but it is natural as it's made out of mountain. The Gateway Arch was the other landmark, made out of metal. Here, if you look at our photograph, here's a picture of Mount Rushmore, and then a picture of the Gateway Arch. Why is Mount Rushmore both a natural and man-made landmark? So we're going to go right back up to the sentence we underlined, and we can say that workers carved the faces out of a mountain. All right, let's take a look at the resources and vegetation on page 27. The land between the Appalachian and Rocky Mountains is known as the Great Plains. Much of the Midwest lies in this area of low, flat grassland. Let's stop there and underline the Appalachian and Rocky Mountains, and the area is mostly low, flat grassland. The soil here is very rich and is one of the region's most important resources. So go ahead and pause. We know one of the resources that is important there is soil. It makes the land great for farming. Crops such as wheat, corn, and soybeans are grown on farms throughout the Midwest. So crops are wheat, corn, and soybeans. Cattle, pigs, and chickens are raised on farms throughout the region too. I'm going to underline cattle, pigs, and chickens. Another natural resource found in the Midwest is iron ore. Iron ore is used to make steel. Steel is used to make cars, bridges, and buildings. In fact, steel was used to make the Gateway Arch. Let's underline another natural resource, iron ore, and we know it's used to make steel. All right, now I want to take a look at the Midwest map here. And when I look at the map key or legend, it shows me the different resources. So we have mining, corn, and cattle. You'll also notice that it has 3 different sets of items to complete. Number 1 says label the states in the Midwest. Now remember, when we did the Southeast and the Northeast, we used the map of the United States and its regions on page 21. So your job today is to make sure that you're going ahead and labeling each of the Midwest states. I want you to go back and forth using page 21 to go ahead and label each of these states. Once you do that, go ahead and put a check next to it. Then it says add the symbol for the gateway arch to the map key. So if you look over here, you'll see the gateway arch symbol. We want to go ahead and add it to the map key. And circle all the symbols for crops on the map. So if I go back up, I see corn. So I want to find all of the symbols using corn. So you can continue that on your own until you find all of them. Once you do, go ahead and put a check mark. Also a reminder that yesterday you were working on your region's graphic organizer. We began with the Southeast region, and then we moved towards the Northeast region. We found all of the vegetation, landmarks, natural resources, and the climate, and we filled in each of the boxes. Now that you understand how to complete the graphic organizer, we are asking you to complete the rest of it on your own or with an adult. So we have the Midwest completing today: vegetation, landmarks, natural resources, and climate. And then our final 2 lessons will be going to the Southwest and the West.